Hello, everyone. This is Eric Marks. I'm doing my research presentation on Europa Universalis 4, also known as EU4. Hold on. The game overview, Europa Universalis 4 is a grand strategy slash simulation type gameplay. It's a world conquest style game. It's a history based player game. You start in 1444 and you progress into 1826 around that time period, I believe. And you get to play as an individual nation and take over the world as per see sit, or as you see fit. Developer is Paradox Interactive or Paradox Studios. It's the target platform for this game is the PC. They don't build anything for console based because of the way the game is run. It's a lot of scrolling in and out. It's a 2D map style. The target audience is history fanatics and strategy fans. The big part about this game is the fact that it's a huge strategy. You really have to think. It takes numerous hours to finish one type of gameplay. To get from 1444 to 1826 takes about, I'd say about 70 hours of full gameplay. It is a long game. It's a lot of pausing, thinking, working your brain to figure out what's going on. It has a 2D map with a 3D model for the characters and boats and stuff like that. As you can tell, in the top left here is the 3D model for the boats. It's very straightforward, but it is a model. It has a strange and weird feeling to it. So, you see the models on but the map, you can tell, is very 2D like, has 3D textures on it, but if you zoom out, as you see here, the picture's not as great as I thought it would be, but it's a 2D map. It's texture based. You can see the mountains and everything, but it is a texture based style map, but it is flat. It is a 2D map. The game overview, it has a different style of relations between AI and human player. The AI does not follow the history of the normal player is the nation. So if you're Aragon and you want to play against Castile and Aragon have the imperial wedding, which joins Castile and Aragon in creating Spain. This allows for progression through the gameplay, but if you play as Aragon, you also control Naples. If you control Naples, then if you can annex Naples and then progress and not follow the AI in Spain will actually become your enemy, and you will have to fight against them in the long run. There are 3 previous games to the series. There is EU or just Europa Universalis, Europa Universalis 2, and 3. The games are all special in their own design, but each game progresses through the storyline. The game is designed for the gameplay. The game is designed on creating relations with other nations so that you can take over land and grow your nation, or you can follow natural history progressions, but that's not fun. The missions are based upon the region. Missions in the games are based upon the region, like creating Germany. If you start as Brandenburg, which is a 3-province minor up near, Upper Berlin, you can create Germany or Prussia as long as you take over the proper tiles and are a certain tech group. European nations can create Spain also. Like I said before, Aragon and Castile. If Aragon takes over Castile, then you get to create Spain the opposite way that you should. The game doesn't give much help. To understand the game, you are forced to practice and make mistakes to learn from it. A lot of the things I've seen is I've played and I've watched videos on YouTube. It's not an easy game to understand. There are a lot of mistakes you make, and there's a lot of problems you do see because you just don't know what the mechanics do. Everyone who plays this game is very in-depth and very concentrated on what the mechanics do and can't do. The gameplay and mechanics add this really cool style to it. Bring out your negotiating skills in a deeper diplomatic system using coalitions, royal marriages, and support for rebels, and explore the possibilities of the new unilateral option system. Basically, as you'll see in the video that's attached to this, or at the end of this, is you're able to communicate with nations through a system of things. You can create alliances, you can get royal marriages as long as you're Catholic or the same religion. Using your monarch power. Experience the new system of monarch power where you choose are influenced by caliber of your men you have at the top and will direct the ebb and flow of gameplay. You have advisors, which direct your king in which direction. As you add advisors, they increase your monarch power, which again I will talk about in the video. It allows you to make decisions, upgrade technology, create idea groups, and the new trade system that's in this game. Now, the game's been out for about 3 years now, so it's not as all new as it says it is, but the trade system adds a new dimension to the great trade empires of the period. Gain control of vital trade routes and make the wealth of the world flow to your coffers. Venice is a huge threat in the game because it's completely controls trade in the Venice node. Venice node is an end node, which means that all travel or all trade ends at that node. That's the node you want to control because nothing leaves from that node; it only enters. That's a fantastic thing to control. There is no real story or no main characters. The NPCs are every other nation in the game. They're all controlled by an AI created by one of the new head developer of the game. The level design, it's a static. The map is always the same, the provinces, the style, but you can create your own custom nations now to the new DLCs that they've created and create its own history starting from 1444. The interface is designed with the important information with using pop-ups, allowing for flow of use. So if you have an army that's 14 or 17,000 regiments, you could actually have 24,000 stacks or 24 actual unit types, but only have enough for 17,000 men. It'll pop up and tell you how many units you have. All necessary information is in the top bar of the screen, which I will show you on the next screen. It is right up here. You see this? This is everything you need to know, whether it's traders, colonists, diplomats, or monasteries, or not monasteries, but whatever they're called. You're able to see what group you are. The Muggles, which is a Southern African. Oh, hold on. I messed up. I scrolled. Give me one sec. Which is a Southern African tribe. I believe so. Yeah, South African tribe. Basically, you can fight your way through. You can choose any nation in the world. This is your legitimacy, your prestige, your stability in your country, how much manpower you have, and how many ducats you have in the bank. This is your basic government page, and all of these have their own indications. You'll see that in the video that progresses on with it. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, but that concludes my presentation. I thank you and have a good day. Cool. Okay, so this is Europa Universalis 4. It is a grand strategy world conquest game. It is developed by Paradox Development Studio. It has some of probably the coolest things that I've found in video gaming. I'm going to start a quick game up here as Austria and show you some of the game models and stuff like that, so you can see what I mean as in like 2D map but a 3D graphics. And we'll start up and pause, and I'll be able to show you some of the interfaces and the game layout and how the characters interact with each other. So map layout wise, your map is fairly 2D like, as you can tell. There's not much of a actually I think this is the new, so they just released a new update for the game. It's the Common Sense pack. It used to have forts that were you had to build a fort on every tile, and I'll actually show you. You had to build a fort on every tile, individual tile, right? Well, now it does a range. I believe it's 4. I believe it's 4 around, like 4 tiles around. But if you want to reach trio, you have to build a second one. So it begins to start and cost you maintenance, which is in here. The fort maintenance is leveled out. I make 0.93 ducats a month. Okay, so first things first is I am Austria. Austria is the leader of the Holy Roman Empire, which is one of the cool things in here. You get Imperial authority, you get increasing imperial authority, and you get voted upon by the Holy Roman Empire. What are these? Oh, this is the new electoral thing. These are who the electors are, and as the electors fall, new electors rise. Blah 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 blah. The game starts in 1444, and ends in I think it's 1848. It's a good 400 years of gameplay. Austria is one of the more powerful nations in the game. So, as I said, it's a 2D map, as you can see. It's two-dimensional graphics. But as you scroll in, the models for the players are 3D, and they have a shadow. So you're able to see that they were... And same thing for the boats. They have a 3D dimensional, but it's a 2D map with, seagulls and stuff like that. The character models float on top of the 2D map. It's a really cool design, and I enjoy it a lot. A big thing is the rival system. Burgundy, France, Bohemia, that is the rival system. You can choose your rivals. They give you an added bonus, such as bonuses to, if you wanted to, say I wanted to take a piece of Bohemia's land, well, I would have to file hold on. It's in covert auction. I would have to fabricate a claim. If I wanted to fabricate a claim, it ties up my diplomat, which are these here, for an entire year. So for an entire year, I have to deal with only having one diplomat. So what I really want to do first is you want to take your diplomats and make alliances. So if it means let's be friends with Brandenburg and Poland and Castile or England or whoever I decide to ally with, my intentions is so I can expand as the Holy Roman Empire. Typically, I want to expand east because eastbound countries are going to be weaker. At least not right in the beginning. We're both tech level 3, I believe, at the start. I think I may be tech level 3. Yeah, tech level 3. So as you continue, Hungary's tech group is Eastern. So they have a penalty to their bonuses. Like as they tech up, there's a Eastern tech, I think, is 150% penalty. So it's about 50% more cost per usage. So I want to show you the war aspect, and I want to show you the how to make alliances. So me and France are rivaled. So what I would do is I would just go in my rivalry tab, and I'm gonna make France my rival. I don't want to make Burgundy my rival because I want to make Hungary my rival because I want to take Hungary, right? So we're going to make Hungary our rival, and we're going to make Venice our rival. We're going to go against the norms. These are our enemies, people who have rivaled us. There's no legal heir, but that's typical. A 251 is really good for, it has 7 monarch points. Monarch points allow you to, 1, upgrade your tech level, which allows you to take ideas, such as these... there's 6 in each column, so these, God, I can't do math today. These 18 ideas. You can't take them in progression, so you can't take 2 administrative ideas or 2 diplo or 2 military ideas in the same pairing. You can't do that anymore with the game. They patched that in the recent thing, so you have to go either admin military and then go back to admin. You can't just stick to one thing. A big thing is this Austrian ideas. You go up, you get Diplo annex cost and imperial authority plus 10%. Everything grows throughout the game. So I haven't touched the game at all. I automatically start with the score boost because our diplomatic rank is higher than everyone else's, due to the fact that I can have 5 diplomatic costs and I can have 2 military leaders because I'm the HRE leader, the leader of the Holy Roman Empire. There's also a papacy thing for the Holy Sec, or the Holy See. It's for cardinals. If you have a cardinal, it means you're liked by the Pope, the Papal State. They have a loot is a thing in each province. So a big thing is we're going to start making friends, right? We're going to start picking up people. So I want to be friends with Poland. Automatically, I'm friends with them because I'm the HRE leader, but I want to offer an alliance so I can be their alliance partner. And then as I unpause, they'll accept my alliance. Hopefully within the next, the day or so. I got one from Palestine. I'll take theirs. Genoa. I don't want Genoa to be my ally. I want strong allies. Well, I don't necessarily want strong allies. I want people I can grow and then eventually vassalize and take over. So Palestine's good because they're only a 3-province minor. A big thing is I want Brandenburg to be my ally. Aragon, I do not want to be Aragon's ally because I want Castile as my ally. So I actually want to take Castile, and they're neutral to us, but I want to say yes because they're neutral because competing great powers. It's the only minus of it, but we're all Catholic, so it's an added bonus. A big thing is missions. Improve our prestige, solidify our papacy, or conquer Pozny. Where's Pozny? Where is this? There it is. So if we click on this, this will give us a Casus Belli versus Hungary, right? Well, Hungary's ally, and Hungary has no ally. So if I went in and I fought right now, I would have the Palestine and no one else would join me. But if I went in and fought, I could take over a whole bunch of land and claim it as mine. So I'm actually going to do that. So these are the forts. I have to take down forts before I can do anything. So as I go in, I have to, if I wanted to move in, I have to go here, which will force me to go into the forts. I have to, actually I want to split my armies. Because I don't want to have to deal with, I want to be able to split and go towards, I want to be able to send my second army with a leader. Actually, I need to wait another month, but gaining 4 every month. Let's speed this up a little bit. This is a speed timer, so I can, not worried about this. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about them. So anyway, we're actually losing money per month due to more taxes, but I have a holy marriage by Brandenburg and by, so once I get 50, Castile, yes. Once I get 50, so I'm gonna hire a military leader. Okay, that's really good. All right, so the military values, they have 2 fire, 3 shock, 2 maneuverability, and 1 siege. This is actually really good because what we're gonna do is we're gonna move down here. We're actually gonna attach, tell them to attach. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move in there, and we're gonna see if we can. Yeah, so right now we're fighting with Hungary. This is currently sieging down this province. So yeah, they're sieging. They have a negative 42% chance of winning. So the next time I get into a fight, which will actually be in a second, I'm actually going to move down here and fight this Hungary army. Because right now there's no forts down this way. You basically have to take forts. Like, that's all you have to do. Is that once you take forts, the land around the fort becomes yours. Anything that's controlled in that general area. So what's going to happen is as I come down and I start taking Hungary's land, I never understood why Austria didn't do this in the first place. Hungary is kind of forcibly, you know, Hungary can be. Oh, that's a new feature. I didn't know that. You can't stop. So we're gonna pause real quick. This is the shock phase. What it happens in this phase is you're able to, or what happens is the value of shock is different for each military. So infantry have 0.5 shock and cavalry have 1.5 or 1. So I have 3,000 cavalry, which are flanking, which means they go around the sides of the military. What happens is they're able to attack each individual army at twice what the full length of the base combat width is. So it's 16. So there's 16,000 regiments that can be across this, and then there's only 13 in the front line. So if we continue, now we're in the fire phase. In the fire phase, it uses the fire value, which is higher for, it's a 0.25 for infantry, and it's 0 for cavalry. So cavalry really doesn't do too much damage in this other than base value or damage. So now that we've done that, I'm going to back off, and we're going to go after this. We're actually going to back off this way. We're going to go reinforce back in the homeland, and we're actually going to build more troops. So we have a huge amount of force limit left over, so we're going to build a whole bunch of new people. My objective is to have a massive army. Okay. So we're currently losing 10.53 ducats a month because of army maintenance. But if I hit Control Shift, I hit this, and I hit this, these are 0 regiment armies. They reinforce with my reinforcements that are here. That's my manpower. So I can have manpower reserves. I'm actually going to move them back here so they're not fight. They don't have to fight. This is slowly ticking away at siege progress. So every single value that I can have, this has, okay, fort level none. Okay, so this is another thing that Europa does is for events. So the Kingdom of Italy and the Empire. For years now, imperial authority over the Kingdom of Italy has been waning. Successive emperors have failed to impose their will on the Italian states, and large areas that are formerly part of the empire have been lost to Venice and the papal state, who rejects the empire's right to them. Unless northern Italy is firmly brought back into the empire, the states that may slip out of imperial control forever. So unless all of the region of the Kingdom of Italy is part of the empire before 1490 and stay there until 1550, the states are likely to leave the empire. Okay, so basically what it's saying is the new events with the thing is northern Italy. So the states in northern Italy are Ferrara, Mantua, Lucca, Tuscany, Lubagno, Siena, the Papal State, Naples, Genoa, Milan, and Venice. Those are kind of the main ones that will end up leaving the empire. The only ones that are actually in it right now are these two, this one, and this one. Those are all that's in the... So if I can't take over Venice and then slide in past Ferrara and down here and take over Naples, we'll lose all of them by 1490. I'm not really worried about it because I want to take Hungary first. So once I get these up and running, I'm actually going to start having everybody regroup, but yeah, so I'm still losing 7 ducats a month. I want to know why. So if I pause the game real quick, we can check to see why I'm losing money. Where am I losing money at? I'm losing 19 ducats a month for $8 or 8 ducats for reinforcements and 1 for mercenaries. Fleet maintenance is basically none. I actually can do this. No, I can't because there's no. So I need to make more money, and I can't do that while I'm at war, but that's okay. So anyway, we're going to go back, and we have a free military spot, but it doesn't matter right now. We're just trying to make sure that we take land. I'm trying to show you the siege progress, the new siege project progress thing. So what I'm going to do is to take these. The supply limit here is 12, which is really bad. But I need to take a huge army, and we're going after this fort with the siege leader who has 1 siege value. What we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to walk in basically and take over, take the fort. So since he's already there, I'm actually going to move in and attack him so I can take basically stomp this army. So again, fire phase. The infantry do more damage than cavalry. We have a 0.5 tactics. We also have a morale advantage, and our discipline's about the same. We don't make a ton of money right now, but that's okay. There we go. We're going to catch them off guard. Hopefully we'll be able to catch them before they leave. Actually, they're staying there. We're going to catch them and beat them and then move back into this one province. We've actually... Okay, so this is a neat thing that they do is breach walls. It adds a progress modifier. So you have -2 for fort level, but the dice rolls go up by 1 every turn as long as you have that. An assault... Yeah, so an assault really doesn't make sense because we don't have 20,000 troops waiting, and we also have a disadvantage at morale. I'm going to let morale tick up before I'm actually going to consolidate armies and let morale tick up before I do anything. So the whole purpose of the game is to basically take over as much land as possible. But there's a big thing. When I finish the war, you'll see what the big thing is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys. We need... Okay, we just had a month tick over. So morale, I have 1.54 morale out of 2.91. 1, I'm actually going to move into the land because I get 70% morale. You get 50% base morale inside of own provinces, but when you go to or you get 100% in own provinces, but the second you go to a enemy province, you get 50% automatically, and then every maneuver tick that you have with your leader allows you to go up in recovery rate for morale and for like your character. So I'm actually gonna good thing the Palestine army is chilling back here with us. But yeah, so like we have 100% morale. These cost 0 ducats because they don't have any soldiers. These cost 0.2. So we're gonna start sieging these two. This will actually, if I click on this province, this controls. If I click on this army, right? This controls, I believe, this one, and maybe this one over here. As I move in, there's another fort here and another fort here. There's also walls here. No, there's 4. They have so many forts. They have 3 or 4 forts. Okay, wow, they occupied grass that quickly? That's ridiculous. Oh, you can take a province like that in no time. But if I get the wall, like if I get their main, I get like all the provinces around it instead of just occupying one. So as you can tell, I'm winning the war. They have medium. I just need to take that province. I have losing war score because war score. I've won all the battles, but I've lost because I don't have Pozny. Okay, so we need this to tick over. Once this ticks over, we'll be able to. So 35%. I have a 35% chance of winning the siege every time. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why they keep like holding something and then they leave it and then it stops being theirs. So anyway, I haven't played the new Common Sense DLC yet. Wow, I got walls breached on this too. So this will move real quick. Once I get this, I'll be able to move down and start sieging these provinces, which is, there's no fort, they're just walls, and I'll be able to take this. This is their capital. Actually, no. What? It makes no sense. I was pretty sure that if you just took one, but it also could be because there's a double fort. I need more ducats. I need money because I don't have any. I'm pretty sure I just have to own this province for a day. Or for a month. We'll see. I don't know exactly how that works. No, I don't know how this works, but okay. So we're going to move in anyway. We're going to go this way. Which I don't know why. Oh, okay, so there's walls. If I'm going to move, if I want to go around towards the fort. Like if I want to start moving towards... I have to go around the walls because then I would have to go towards the fort. So like if I move into this wall, there's the fort. And anything that has walls around it, the walls are then taken over by... Okay, I get it now. So once I attack this, I have to either move that way or this way. So if I wanted to keep moving this way, I'm just going to keep moving that way. There's no need to attack a 1-regiment army. But this is... So these are the boats in the game. There are transports, galleys, and light ships. Light ships are really good for trade. A new heir to the throne, that's great. This is actually going to move in, and we're going to go straight for their final fort, because this fort here should give us these here, which will start to cut off their supply of money every month. I'm actually going to speed this up a lot. Speed it up. So I'm going to speed that up. Make it so it goes a lot faster every month. These are almost fully reinforced, so we'll be able to attack with these in a minute. This is actually almost done. This starts at siege. Splendid. Austria gains a claim on Treviso. I have claims on Pozny and Treviso. Where's Treviso? Oh, it's Venice. Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. Treviso. They're currently at war with Ragusa. They're allied with France. That sucks. If they got an alliance with France, it's going to be a long war. England currently likes us, but I don't like England. They're kind of booty. So Poland likes us. Actually, I could call Poland in right now, but that's kind of a waste. Actually, no, it isn't. Let's call Poland in. Let's do this. Call arms. So a big thing is you can call your allies in after the war has started. I apparently have war exhaustion. So anyway, continuing on from what I said, see, now Poland can just walk through and take provinces that are, or he's just going to give them to me, but so as I take stuff, now that I'm going to meet them there. I'm going to take back my 2 provinces with this army. Now that I've called Poland in, it should be a little bit easier just to quicken this up. Calling Poland in, the whole purpose of calling Poland in is so I can start taking over all the land. And I can just start fighting everything, and yeah. I don't exactly understand this whole, this province thing. Oh, I guess I have to siege for one siege tick. Okay, yeah. So now I can just, now that all the forts are controlled by me, everybody can just go province to province, and I can move him there, and then once these guys are here, I'll move out. There we go. So they take over the siege. These guys can, if I'm right, I can just split these guys up. Okay, take these 5 and move them there, these 9, move them there, and these 4, move them there. And then every, month, I'll be able to take another piece of land because it's not controlled by a fort. And that should eventually increase what I'm doing, and I'll be able to take the land at a margin of the cost. I want a whole bunch of land. That's what I want to do, is I want to move. Yep. Look, I'm getting all these provinces, transitioning everything over. This province is mine. We're going to move you back to the homeland. And all it takes is 1 month tick. So, this here is, they're 100%. There's no fort in the way. So, if there is a fort, they have to move to the fort. That's the option. So we have that, and then we're going to move back, and everybody's going to wait on our borders, and that's what we're doing. We're going to get 100% progress. We're going to get 100%. And we're going to take back our province and call it a day once we occupy their final province. And then I'll show you the peace deal section, and then I will call it a game, or I will call the video, and then I will explain more if there's any questions later on. So I have, as you can see, I have Hungary 100% occupied. I just need this to tick over, which should be soon. Actually, I could just assault, but I don't have. You cannot assault fortress without a breach. Oh, that's right. We're just going to take the inflation with the Diplo. Bonus Diplo. So actually, I may be able to. No, not yet. It'll cost me about 598. Do I have war exhaustion? I have a lot of war exhaustion, actually. Okay, I just need this to tick over. Actually, I probably can get the peace deal. So, I'm going to pause. Peace deal. This is the screen. So I can take what I want, right? I'm going to take that, and that. And 78. Let's see if we can take that one. That's 91. I want all that. That's what I want. And this is going to cost us 120 Diplo points. That's not bad. And then the coring cost will cost us a lot more, but the whole purpose is now I've taken a chunk out of Hungary, and I can get to Venice on all sides. I can take every piece of land Venice owns, and let's see how much. We have 131 ducats. And we're gonna pay back our. Loan. That's what we're gonna do. So now Austria has grown. I have imperial authority because they weren't in the HRE, and then look at that. The core cost is actually really expensive. So we're gonna do the highest ones because they're high base tax. So 8 base tax, 5 base tax. I have 188, so we'll do that one. And then offer, of course, Palestine. Yes, and I'll probably continue this campaign on my own. Unlawful territory. Ooh, just what? Oh. Why not? So a big thing as the HRE leaders, you can... I can ask for demand unlawful territory. The chance that they'll strategic interest, 0. There's no need to actually ask for it. Okay, so we have to pick a new rival. Well, Hungary. I can pick Hungary again. I actually want to pick Hungary again since I lost them as a rival. But anyway, so I'm going to call it for this. But I appreciate you watching, and yeah, the end of my class video, my research presentation. Have a good day.